Hello everyone, today I'm here to discuss how I experimented with appreciative inquiry and the 4D method. After watching the Operation ASHA video, it became clear that the organization uses their core values of kindness and humanity to not just treat tuberculosis at hospitals like many organizations, but to reach out, understand, and improve the quality of life for the Indian population suffering from the disease. The opportunity I decided to experiment with was to create a more positive and involved work environment for Stralid's employees that will in turn decrease employee turnover. I've worked with the company Stralid for the past 6 years, and when I started, it was a really small company. And it has since grown, and a lot of us are working from home. So we're having a little difficulty with company morale and people coming and going. So for this experiment, I worked with Michael Mirable, Stralid's HR director. I chose to work with Michael not only for his experience in employee relations, but also for his tenure with the company and involvement in hiring and termination. Michael and I created two different questionnaires, one for long-term employees and one for new hires. This questionnaire included questions like, what is your best Stralid memory? And what is something a previous employer did you would like to see done at Stralid? The employees were not required to fill out this questionnaire, so we were able to gauge interest and involvement from the number of replies we received and the quality of answers. This is just a map of the 4D cycle that I created just to kind of visualize for myself, since sometimes it's a little hard for me to put into a list. So you can see here that one of Stralid's core values is that they must put people first, and they um, want their employees to be happy and want to do the work. So as you can see, it kind of just worked that out in this map. So for the execution, Michael and I looked into the high employee turnover rate and compared it to our pre-COVID rate. Prior to COVID, we all worked out of our home office and knew each other very well. Since many employees now work from home, we've extended our hiring net to span the globe. With these changes, there is less of a sense of community, and many of us have never met. We emailed out voluntary questionnaires that asked our staff to think about their favorite Stralid memories and also for their input on how we could improve after adopting a new company dynamic to work around the pandemic. We were thrilled to receive so many responses to our questionnaires. The variety of answers helped us lay out the groundwork for new ways to engage and motivate our employees. We came up with some solutions to bridge the distance gap, like more frequent video meetings with meet and greets for the new employees, as well as the return of the March Madness sales bracket competition. We expected to see answers like our previous commission structures, competitions for bonus opportunities, and memories of promotions. We were surprised to receive so many accounts of seemingly small actions, like monthly birthday cakes and shout-outs, the upper management grilling for the employees on the summer holidays that we had to work, as well as the company's softball team and Christmas parties. Looking back on all these little wins that meant so much to so many, we realized we needed to once again show our appreciation and humanity to our staff. So on reflection, after practicing the 4D technique, I learned that there were healthier ways to look at problems. Instead of asking, why do we keep hiring the wrong people? We can say, how did we previously provide our employees with the sense of appreciation and worth that caused them to stick around for the past 8 years? In the future, I hope to be able to sit down with the Stralid CEO and show him this process. The company does a lot of great things for its clients and staff, and too often upper management only addresses problems. Meetings tend to get heated and everyone leaves frustrated and unmotivated. By implementing the 4D technique, I hope that we can all remember what makes the company great and how we've made it from a startup to one of Inc. 5000's fastest growing companies. I hope that the sense of community returns and there is a noticeable boost in morale among all employees. Overall, this was a great experiment to just take the time to look at a problem that is a big problem, and it's a negative problem for our company, and to look at it in a way that isn't as accusatory to the hiring staff or to the staff itself, but to see how we as a company can change to make it better. It was a really interesting experiment, and I hope to implement this more in my future, in personal life, with my friends, work, school, uh, just to get a more positive outlook because it's so easy to have a negative outlook on things. Thanks for listening.